Vox up, friends, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Voxel Tycoon, and that gag came to you completely free of charge. In our first episode, we put together a relatively straightforward, trucking routes, I think is the best way to describe it, where we're delivering iron out to Seymour and out to Neffy here, and I don't care how you want to pronounce it, that's how I'm pronouncing it. And then we also built a wood line that delivers to the other place, which is Acadia. Now, dramatically, we also have, your level of drama may vary, we also have coal available, but it's in the flipping back end of nowhere. And the business that accepted coal in Seymour has gone broke. So a new business has emerged, and that business accepts iron ingots. I think they call it iron ingots. Iron bars. Okay, fine. Now, there's high demand for iron bars, and that will cost, and they pay $410 per bar, which is super. But at the same time, they still take iron ore, and here we go. And they're paying $315 for iron ore. So I go, yeah, it doesn't sound like it's going to make me that much more money. To couple that with additional considerations, the factory, I don't have it yet. I've got to research the thing, so if we go in and research it, in the laboratoire, wait, no, we don't want to build a laboratoire, we've got one. If we go to the laboratoire, and we go here and we go start new research. Iron smelting is fairly high up on the list. I mean, you've got all of these kind of subsections to choose from. Iron smelting here is number 1, and you get the alloy smelter, which makes iron bars. What I don't know, however, is whether said alloy smelter, alloy smelter, yeah, key word there, whether it also requires coal. I'm willing to bet it does, which means that I'd sink all of my cash into researching the thing, which will cost 131 grand, take a little while, to make iron bars which sell for barely more than the iron ore does. So I'm prepared to say, get knotted to that for the time being, because there is a plan B, and the plan B is that we head over to Acadia here, and thank you, autosave, and we purchase sufficient to fund a new building. What that building will then support, I do not know. But it's going to be an adventure. Anyway, I've got 60 grand to go. I'm going to make that during the bombastic intro, and then we'll be back and figure out how we do that then. Right, I have saved up my spending money. They now want 305,000, of course, because, I don't know, inflation over the course of 2 months. But we'll see what we get from it. Right, fund new buildings. This is gonna suck. Right, I've funded new buildings. Okay, that did... I'm going to go out on a limb and say that did nothing. Or maybe it grew these two clowns here. Yeah, I added population. Good. That's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, thanks. Cheers for that. Brilliant. Okay. All right. That's really not what. In fact, so despondent at the result of that, I'm very tempted to reload the save, because I mean I don't save scum very often, you know. But when I do, it's usually because I feel like I've just been gypped. Given the amount of time it took to earn the 300 grand there, I mean, it was almost 5 minutes of sitting around, you know. I'm very tempted to just kind of go negative, Ghost Rider. Let's give me my money back. So yeah, actually stuff it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my money back. We're going to research the iron mine, more iron smelter foundry, and see what that gets us. Fund new buildings indeed. Fund your own ruddy buildings. No, I'm not here to pay for, you know, housing for you people. This is not the Soviet Republic. Right, here we are. This is where we picked up after the save. So Seymour no longer takes coal. Oh dear. Right, okay, let's get the research on the go. Unpause, thank you. Here we go. Is the laboratoire failure? Start new research. Iron smelting. Oh, hold on. I might have reset the key as well. Although, given that there's a map key, I would imagine that also counts as the key for random events, because Seymour has not yet said, we now want iron bars. Now, if it decides that it does want iron bars, it will let us know momentarily. The other thing to bear in mind here is that I believe Whittier wants them. What's that? Oh, that's planks, yes. And that's iron bars. Ah. Okay. So, for when we expand to the next area, but I mean, then you're talking about 1.1 million. Come on, fella, do me a favour. That's a lot of money to have to save up in order to expand. I guess the game is trying to get you to brute force more trucks down there to make your money to begin with. But here's the thing: is that when I've done it previously, if you oversaturate the amount of goods you're delivering, and I can deliver a heck of a lot more, the price drops like a stone. So you end up making only fractionally more profit than you were before. Plus, your profit becomes that much more volatile because you're having to suck up an awful lot more running costs in the process. So we're going to stick with what we've got. I'm not going to expand any further. We're doing okay. I mean, we make like 35-40 grand profit per month, and that's not. I mean, it's not a magic amount, but it's certainly good enough to get us rolling. Right, I'm going to kick about until we hit 300k. If I haven't had a new business emerge by 300 grand, we'll do something else. Well, there we go. As you can see in the tiny, tiny text that you can't read at the top of the screen, Seymour now accepts the iron bar. So yeah, obviously the random events is seeded by the map seed as well. So save scumming is only going to put off the inevitable rather than completely prevent it. So we'll get working on that. I strongly suspect that it's going to need coal. So I ought to look, while we wait for that to happen, at getting coal out of there. Right, so the coal mine itself is 50 large, I think it is. Mining, iron coal, 47 for an iron mine. You then need to transport the stuff, and I think this one is actually very suited to using a train because of the distances involved. So we could hoink a train up this way a little bit, although I haven't got the money for it. Let's price it up. I know I priced it up last time, but I need to refresh my memory. Though, yes. What if we tunnel instead? 188,000 for the tunnel through there. Now, I mean, that's pretty efficient. That'll keep us going for a long old time. But I think we will go with cancel. How does one cancel? No, you don't. You just don't press accept. Okay, cool. Okay, so that was the best part of 200 and probably 250 grand to get from point to point. This way, 50,000. Okay, don't buy it. That's 50, and we'll tunnel through there, and that's 250. Yes. What you're telling me appears to be... Oh, hold on. We could go diagonal line. All right. Cancel. Zoom right the way out. And then just do a diagonal line straight between the two. Is 400k. Hold on. Tunnel. Is 16 million. That's a lot. Yeah, really? 16 million. Or 384,000 if you go over the top. Or 16 million if you don't. Okay, well, I think we're going to go with well, we're going to go around the outside here. Now, it takes 25 days for my research to finish, and basically they're charging me 5.3k a day and 14 iron to conduct that research. So we're just going to do this. Now, if I do this well... Yeah, I know. Firstly, it will come as a shock to everyone, but secondly, I'm going to do this really cheaply, which means we're going to get some fairly ugly track going on with unnecessary cornering and what have you. You there, maybe? That's it. Basically, the less terraforming I can do, the cheaper it gets. So we're going to try and wend our way around the mountain here without spending anything on additional... Oh, don't you dare. Let's go this way. That's it. Given that we're heading we're almost in a straight line from here, I think. How much have I spent so far? I've actually not spent very much so far. This is not a bad system, as much as it isn't a good-looking bit of track. Right, now we're going to have to go down the hill. Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to slow us down a touch, but needs must. And then around here to... I'm going to stop there for now. Right, okay, good. Well, that ended up not being quite as horrendous as I'd imagined in my head. I mean, obviously we've got to buy a train, and the stations at either end as well. So I mean, there are significant expenses still to come, but we do now have the track laid, and it certainly didn't cost, I don't know, 200 grand or however much it was pricing up for me. Actually, it might have come close to that. It might have been, 150, something like that. But that's better than nothing. Right, stations. So here we go. 31 grand for a station building on the flat. Now there's the iron mine. Presumably I'm going to want to stick the foundry in somewhere. This is all uncharted territory for me. Stick the foundry somewhere in the catchment area. And then we could use conveyors to get the resources from the mine to the foundry. I'm not sure exactly what the best way to work with that is. How long have I got to go left on... hold on. I've noticed that it's not got enough resources to actually do anything. So what do you need? You need 14 iron ore. You're in a catchment range of the iron mine there, friend. Why don't you just... is that the button I have to press? Nope, it's not. Do I have to pipe the iron ore in or something like that? In which case, rather than piping it in, which would involve using a conveyor, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try something else first, and if it doesn't work, I'll do it differently. Right, give me the iron ore truck, please. Yeah, iron ore. Buy. Right, now you're going to like this job. Yeah, brace yourself. There you go. I want you to load at here. Yep, and then I want you to, and then unload at the same place. All right. Okay. Good. Off you go. Yeah. Because I suspect that that this chap is in catchment range, and therefore he's just in there. He's pumping it. Is that having the desired effect? No, it's not. Oh, but it should. It really should. Why have you not got enough resources? What's that? That is iron ore. Unless I am very, very much mistaken, that's iron ore. Yeah. This is where we make the iron ore. I know I've broken everything now with this route. What if I said, all right, we'll stick, go to, and this is a waste of time, go to Neffy East, and then, can I change the ordering here? No. Okay, well, remove that. No, move down. There you go. Right. Let's see if that works. Because I'm not ruling this out yet. I don't want to have to spend money on a conveyor belt just yet, if that's okay with everybody. When I decide to go conveyoring, because I've got no certainty that conveyoring is actually going to do the job. I'm not even entirely sure which vehicle I should be watching. Business decreased. Seymour now accepts less iron bar. What you're telling me here is I'm going to develop iron bar technology and it's going to go bankrupt, leading me to not be able to actually sell the iron bars in question. Well, I'm proceeding with this anyway, because at some point I'll be able to flog them to someone. No, this is... No, we don't want a garage. And this isn't working. But why is that? Can we tell you to just, get someone with a wheelbarrow to just, fling it next door? All right, okay, next plan. Are you the... Oi, Crazy Legs, come here. Is that you? Yes, it is. Right, okay, well, I'm going to put you on a different route. We'll put you on NPH iron, because that's slightly further away. Okay, off you go. Right. Okay. Now then, let's try Plan B. Plan B involves the use of a warehouse, and the warehouse should automatically gather, or it did last time I looked. It automatically gathers resources that are in the area. The connector here. Well, firstly, it should be attached to storage. Okay. All right. So, well, I mean that's not storage. That's demand. Let's say. So you'd have to come from the iron mine, like that, and then trundle across like this into there. I'm going to try it. It's not cheap. There you go. Right, conveyors. Conveyors. Here we go. Oh, whoa. Before you do that, you're going to want to ensure that that the other end can actually receive the thing that you're sending in the first place. So grab that. Now, see, this doesn't have... You see how this one's got a green what's-it going around the outside? Yeah, this one doesn't have that. And therefore, it's not going to work. So I think what I'm going to build instead is a warehouse. Okay. Can the conveyor cross the road? You see, this is... What the heck is a flip converter? Flip conveyor. Hell if I know. Can't build there. Okay. There you go. Thank you. What if I were a flipping conveyor? Oh, or is that just the function to switch it around the other way? It's just the function to switch it the other way. So we can't cross the road. I could build a bridge to go over a conveyor if I wanted to, but obviously, you know, it's me. I don't want to do that. Warehouse. Right, now, I don't actually need a conveyor for this. I can stick the warehouse in such a way that that it can just grab the stuff direct from the mine and then supply our friend here. But I am going to do it that way by sticking it over here, because I think what I'll try and do is get the coal shipping into the same warehouse, even though that might mean a little bit of road reorganisation. So let's bang that in there. Actually, thinking about it, I'd probably want it over this side of the road. Can I move it? No. Oh. Also, it looks very much like warehouses might be locked to a single type of commodity. Oh. Yeah, oh, it's one of the favourite things you have to say when you're actually trying to learn how to do something. Right, bang that in there. Buy me some conveyor belts. And make them crispy. Right, from that one to that one. There we go. Well, that's working, look. And then it stops, but that's because that one, the other end, is going the wrong way. You can't see it. I'll get in a bit closer. There you go. See, look, it's doing this thing. So if I do that, bosh, right? And then it can't do it because I haven't told the warehouse what it accepts. I would imagine the warehouse would be able to figure that out for itself. But you know what? I don't mind that it's given me the agency to decide. And we already had some nicked out of there, which means that you've started working, haven't you? Right, okay, that's that then. We're underway, we're rolling now, and that's a thing. So what I might end up needing is a second warehouse going on here. What's your flipping of course, nobody's got any iron available to them at the moment while we fill up the warehouse. So these lot are all waiting till full. How much more do you need until you're full? You were only at 140 some odd. My giddy aunt. Well, come on. Well, the solution to that would be a second warehouse, and we put some kind of splitter on the conveyor and fill the second warehouse at the same time. But we can just wait. It's fine. Whoa, where did 70 just disappear to? You do not have authorization to grab 70. 14. That's how much you're allowed. What am I doing? What are you doing with it? Why is there now 0 in there? Okay. Oh, I see. All right. Oh, it'll just go as quickly as you like. All right. Well, there's only 6 to go, so we'll see what happens when we finish doing all 6. Because we're losing money hand over fist right now, and that's not... the other thing I could do, of course, I could turn this off for a sec. Let's turn it off for a sec, fill up the warehouse, and then get the trucks rolling, and then we'll turn it back on again. Yeah, okay. Well, the iron bar business is going out of business. Whatever. I mean, it's your own fault for asking for something that I don't manufacture. Can I go, you know what? I'm going to open an iron bar coffee shop. Great. Where are you getting the iron bars from? I've no idea. But people will come from far and wide to see our iron bars. But we haven't got any iron bars. Doesn't matter. If you build it, they will come. Various accents there in a slightly derisive fashion. But there it is. Right, days active. You've used 224, which seems excessive. Whoa. Where do they go? We see. We are now. Are we? Right, fill the belt. And then you're full. And you're full. And you're full. I don't need to continue, do I? I think we generally get the impression that we've done that. Right, turn this back on once. One pulse. Thank you. That's all full up again. All right, hold on. Let him fill up. Yeah, that's it. You good? You good? Do another one. Okay, I mean, now this is excessive micromanagement on my part, but I'm keeping the economy going while at the same time getting the research done. Go. And stop. Oh, I see. Look, this is working quite nicely. That's it. Go. Yep. And stop. Now, fill the belt, fill the belt, fill the belt, fill the belt. I evidently let 2 through there. Now you see, look, now we've got a queue. No, queues are no good. Get rid of the queue. And there's another one. We've got to keep the spice must flow, friends. Otherwise, you know, difficulties. The other thing I can probably do is... hey, got iron smelting. Good times. I could put a second iron mine up. That's a solution that dawns on me rather late in the day, but there it is. We don't need any more iron for the moment. Right, okay, we've got iron smelting. So, smelt me, oh great smelter. Let's have a look. 28 grand, that's cheap. I'm going to stick it over here. I see, look, you've got conveyor belts going on. Be prepared to be bridged, chaps. And it's automatically... if I did, slow this down a bit for a sec, will you? I want to see what's actually occurring here. If we can zoom right in, you can possibly make it out. So we've got 2... that's an in and an out at the same time, which is super. Then we've got an out and an in. This, to me, says multi-resources. Although, why has it got 2 outs? This, to me, says you're supposed to configure it yourself later on. Okay, right, well, let's do that. Let's put it there. Right, and then we'll figure it out. Question mark. What do you need? It needs coal. I called it. And 5 iron to make 5 iron bars. Okay. That's okay. So you're going to make a little bit more cash on a per bar basis, but it costs you a coal in order to do so. The fact that I can't sell the coal is a real downer. I mean, it might even be smarter on my part to wait for Seymour to no longer accept iron bars and see if, off the next dice roll, it comes up with, but we do take rather marvellous, the other thing. Yeah, coal. We take coal again now. A new coal business has opened up. And I go, well, you're in luck, aren't you? Right, warehouse here, please. No, you're going to need enough space to actually put the warehouse out. In fact, if I put that here, then the warehouse is also in range of the truck stop, but it's not in range of Matey Boy Smelter there. Before you do that, go and have a look at this. See if you can flip those conveyors. Can we flip you? It looks like we can. Yeah. Right, good. In which case, back to plan whatever I was calling it. This plan here, warehouse up there. We're going to run out of money. I'm going to need to run the machines for a little while in order to make the money up. Fling this about there. Right. Okay. And then you carry what exactly? Haven't decided at the current time. So you are an in. You are an in. Right. Let's build the conveyor system from the warehouse to the smelter. It would be lovely if I could pick this up and move it, but it's not that kind of game. And neither is the world. The world also is not that kind of game. Right, bulldoze this lot. Build your conveyor. No, you're going to need a conveyor pipe outlet system first. Am I? Oh, what was that? Terminals. It's fine. Looked like houses. It looked like I could build like a nice little house or something. Did you put out there? Thank you. 2,800, which is a total bargain. And then, no, don't want to flip nothing. Go from here, yeah, around here to there. Beautiful. Very good. That's super duper. That is. Make sure that is. We're not. Are you conflicting? You're conflicting. Okay, right. Well, we'll flip it. There you go. Incoming. Right, now then, we now need to make this road work under the new regime. So we're going to go over there like that. Right, but then hit a B. No. Hit a B. Yeah. To there. I mean, that seems quite steep, but that is apparently bridge level 1. Oh no, it's not. It's because it's going one step at a time. In which case, let's do it there. I'll make quite a lengthy bridge because I think that's, there's a level of drama to that. It also gives me the freedom to add maybe another in the future, another conveyor if I need to. But I know something. Oh, you haven't finished. Do that. Do the thing. Clicking it repeatedly is getting you nowhere, man. All right, do that. It's because you went too far. I always thought it was because I didn't go far enough. Right, okay, so next up, I haven't got the cash. Oh, I might. No, I haven't. Good. It's lovely to be able to speak to you at this time. We need the station here, which we shall rotate accordingly. In fact, let's just bang it in there. All right, and then you need some rail, which we shall now run around the corner. Yep, and then we need some rail because trains are not allowed to turn around. They must execute a manoeuvre, such as this one, in order to be turned around again. Well, not to turn around, in order to maintain their heading. Take that as far as that. Hit escape. Can we take a branch off? Yes, we can. Can we take a branch off in a way that is convenient? No, we can't. Try from there. That's the ticket. Beautiful. So train comes in, does its business, turns around, and goes the other way again. Now you could possibly ascertain from that particular manoeuvre, I am only planning to run a single train at the moment, and I don't have enough for anything else. Right, up the tempo. Tempo upped. All right, let's head back over here and see what, if in fact anything, is happening. You are going to be storing coal, I think. You might be storing iron bars. I haven't really decided. Yeah, no, I'll use the train for storage. That way I save on the running costs. So you're going to store iron bars, right? Which means I need to do another in-out, shake it all about, switcheroo kind of a thing. So a connector here with the input. Do you not want to store coal for subsequent use? No, I'm gambling on the foundry here being able to grab the coal direct from the train. In which case, what I'll do is I'll have the train turn up here. I'll tell it to wait until fully unloaded, so the train acts as a warehouse. The same should go for the truck stop here. If I end up with the ability to actually shift coal as an exportable, then no, wait, but you had that right the first time round. So you've spun that in the wrong direction. Spin it in the right direction. There you go. So then that's the third input. If I have to, I can squeak in one more warehouse. I'd sooner not do that because it's another 30 grand. But I'm prepared to. I'm spiritually ready to have to spend a little bit more cash. Rails, yes, stations. Now later on, I'm going to need double track some of these stations and make them readily more suited to high capacity malarkey. But for now, this single track business is going to be absolutely dandy. So we've got catchment range over there. I know it's 47k to build the mine, so I'm just going to get a track done. You're also going to want a depot somewhere there, Sunshine. No doubt I am. But, you know, let's actually finish a bit of track first, shall we? Yeah, that's actually quite nice. So train will come in, zip round the outside, because unless you tell them otherwise, their instinct is always to go in a straight line. Which is perfectly reasonable. I need 50k. Yes. I can borrow the money. Flipping fatal. But I can do it, and it appears I have done it. The iron bar business is almost out of business. I might just be able to save it, in which case this won't have been a gargantuan waste of money. Mental notes, it might be a gargantuan waste of money. Mining facilities, coal mine, there we go. 50,000. Do you need to sit on the darkest of dark patches? And also, how can I see... I mean, is that... Doesn't look like it's degrading catchment there. Right, I'm going to stick it here because that's kind of a middling sort of arrangement. Right, you get going. I need a train. That's going to be another loan. But needs must. We're trying to keep the business alive. Right, depot. Hold on. Build the depot first. Would be the smart thing. All right. Depot, 1 times. Ooh, large. Okay. Can we slide it in here? I haven't got enough money. So you say, give me more money. There you are. Fling that in there. Whack this over here. Hook it up onto that. Everybody's absolutely delighted with everything. Right. I might as well leave the money screen open because we'll be going back in a moment. Right. Buy a vehicle. Trains. Flaming heck. Okay. 97k for a cheap one. We'll be taking the cheap one. That, please. And then I'm going to go with 2 open cars to start with. 1 does not seem worth it. And that said, 2 isn't really enough. Yeah, I'll have another one. Yeah, I'll have 1 more. 3. Because by the time it gets there, it's going to burn through 24 coal fairly swiftly, I imagine. All right, how much do you want? 150 grand. Oh dear. All right, we're just gonna have to earn it. I've maxed out my loan. I'm hopeful I can afford to repay it. If that business goes belly up before I complete this this task, then there's going to be oh, hold on, I've got a better plan. Right, stop that. How do I now tell you to get lost? Get lost. 133, 495. I've got 133, 182. Will that do? I'm going to assume no. There we are. Right, pause again. Buy it. Right. Because we're against the clock at this point. And I'm not sure we're going to beat the clock at all. Right, here we go. Train 1. Go from full load here. And then full empty up at transfer. At transfer. Easy as that. Right, and then... No, and then just run the thing and see what we get. Okay, what should we go and watch it? It's a train, and you know, you do have something of a reputation for covering things with trains in on this channel. So so perhaps following the thing would be a good one. There you go. Load up. All right, that's relief item number 1, is that we have been able to load it up. Let's put that. Oh no, wait, no. Where's the? There is an action camera. I'm sure. Oh no, it's there. Follow vehicle. Drive on board. Oh, why not? Oh no, hold on. Let's alternate. That's loud. Let's do this to start with. Come on, Ivor. Haul it. Get flipping rolling, son. Right, there you go. Round the outside. Through this expertly built track. I have mortgaged myself up to the flipping hilt to make this work. And of course, coming out the other side of that, I've no idea if it's actually going to work. Which is dramatic. The good news is that we've made it. Now, please spring into life. Please spring into life. Please spring into life. It's not doing it. Okay, I'm going to need a warehouse. Well, okay, first things first is if I do this, you now take coal, and then we'll flip this around the other way. See, that was a way to go. We are going to need another warehouse by the looks of it. All right, and oh, hold on, why are we still not operating? Slow everything down. We need to understand why things aren't doing what we want them to. Pick recipe. Oh, all right, I've picked the recipe. Oh, did that mean I didn't actually need to be walloping coal in there? Quite possibly. Also, I don't think the storage capacity on this thing is that much. So what we're going to need is another warehouse, which obviously I can't afford at this point. And now that I've committed... Oh, no, hold on. Flip the conveyor again. You lot, head back that way. And there goes an iron bar. Okay, that's exciting. What are you going to do now? No, you've broken it. You've made a right mess of this. Oh dear. Yeah, oh dear's right. And what are you going to do with that? You clown. Oh no, because it can't take both. Although it seems to have done. That's unexpected. No, it does not seem to have done. You've got iron bars stuck on the belt now. Brilliant. So I'm going to put another warehouse, which I can't afford. Oh, blimey. All right, it's okay. I've got an idea. What this is doing is, well, it's bad. The iron bar business is going to go bankrupt. Oh, this is a catastrophe. I need another warehouse. Yeah, I shouldn't have switched that one in the first. I should have noted that I need to switch that on. It's not the first time I've done that, though, is it? Okay, I'm going to leave it there. We're going to pick this dilemma up in the next episode. I've been Colonel Failure. I'm going to slow it right down, just in case something dramatic happens. I've been Colonel Failure. You shouldn't have expected anything other than this, really, should you? It was always going to be like this. This was how it was going to be, guaranteed. Yeah, we've made a right dog's dinner here. Anyway, tune in next time to find out whether I can recover from this. Other alternatives exist, obviously. If you want to watch someone play competently, be my guest. But why would you when you've got this as an alternative? I mean, I could run a conveyor belt all the way up there, but conveyor belts are not exactly cheap. Let's just price it up. Yeah, that's too much. A warehouse will be cheaper. A warehouse and a truck will get us in business, I hope. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on this or any other episodes that could occur at some point before time expires on us. And I'll be back soon with more of the same. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Well, you can place your bets right now. Is that business going to go bankrupt before I manage to ship Iron Bar number 1 to it? Or will we be lucky and actually be able to salvage the thing before it goes completely belly up? Well, I don't know. The camera's going. I know. Well, okay, we're going to cut this one short because I'm going to have to catch the camera. No, not for the first time. Oh, wait, still here. Tune in next time and find out exactly what occurs with the financial...